I'm doing the chart today of the new moon in Aries on March 24th, 2020. It is at 4 degrees. Um, yeah, I'm having to do this over, but whatever. Um, yeah, so I did this whole thing on the new moon in Aries and on Saturn in Aquarius, which is 0 degrees. Very excited about that. Stationing Aquarius today. Well, it'll be today, tomorrow anyway. Yeah, and the new moon in Aries. So, it's just coming out of Pisces. There's still a lot of water energy we're feeling still. I'm going to have to cut that with part Neptune out. Still transiting Pisces and Mercury as well. So there's still a lot of confusion and, maybe dreaminess, sleepiness, fogginess. And it's a good time to work on art or, just look inward. And because it's the first flush of Aries, we're still very much in Pisces. Yeah, I try to get my motivation back. It's so upsetting when you delete something you work so hard on. I don't know what the hell I did, but anyway. Yeah, so Aries. Well, I have Aries rising, so I'm just looking at this wheel. This is San Francisco, March 24th, 2020. I put 2 a.m. So the sun is at 4 degrees Aries. Moon is 3 degrees Aries. And I'm going to kind of look at the chart of the day, and I'm going to do a separate one on Saturn. I kind of combined the two, and somehow deleted it. But anyway, yeah, I'm very excited about Saturn going into Aquarius, stationing 0 degrees, just coming out of Capricorn. So it's the ruler of both Capricorn and Aquarius, and the occult. The ruler I associate with Aquarius is Uranus, who now is in Taurus, along with Venus. So what I have been doing with that, other than the whole world crashing and everything like that, and climate change and everything. So on the positive side, I'm using Venus. It's the planet of love and beauty and art and sensuality, what you like. So, and Uranus is technology. So I've been designing merch. I've been designing T-shirts, iPhone cases, sweatshirts, just for fun. It's a lot of fun. So I'm just starting with my logo that I use on my intro, outro, and on my website, margaretrosanastrology.com. So yeah, if you want to take a look and see what I've been doing with my Mercury, they're not an exact conjunction, but they are both in Taurus. And Venus being the ruler of Taurus, it's a good thing to do. If you sing, if you dance, if you love to cook, or it's the 5 senses with Taurus. So with all this bad news, isolation going on, that was a fun way to use it. So I finally just published. I've been fooling with it for months, but not really. So I finally figured it out and published it. Yeah, I did design something else, and somehow it got lost in the ether. Yeah, so that's going on a lot. Probably Neptune and Pisces. But anyway, so Aries, if you have a lot of planets in Aries, and the new moon, first of all, it's a new beginning. You set new intentions. Aries is going to give us a flush of ambition, initiative, drive, will. It's going to bring our fire back, but not all at once. Not right away. Because we still have a lot of water and a ton of earth. The earth isn't going anywhere. except Saturn. Saturn moved on to Aquarius, so that's a great thing. Yeah, so Mars conjunct Pluto, 25 and 24 degrees, and conjuncting Jupiter as well. It looks like a powder keg, Mars and Pluto. Still trying to contain that. So Saturn, I went through this long thing, how Saturn is isolating us, with the quarantine and everything. I'll talk more about that tomorrow. So I'll just focus on the Aries now. Yeah, I keep this short. I've lost my motivation. Yeah, I did mention something though, and I don't know if I'll think of it tomorrow, but about the quarantine and about Saturn. I'll talk about it now. What the hell? Saturn isolating us, putting us all under quarantine, and the way we are using Saturn is everyone's using technology and they're using Zoom, but the thing with Saturn is it separates, and yes, you can use technology a lot better, especially when it goes into the ruler of technology, analytical, scientific-minded Aquarius. Still, it causes some separation. You can't touch and feel and be in the same room with the person you're talking to. It's all still separation. Even if you're FaceTiming or whatever. Yeah, so I was listening to this psychiatrist, her interview, and she's interviewing clients, and so she has to work from home, so they see her office at home or her room, and she sees in their houses, and she said that due to the separation and all the children out of school, that she sees child abuse and domestic violence really going up because there's no teachers or anyone to report the bruises. And so with her clients, oftentimes she'll ask to see their house, like if they're, because all this isolation that Saturn is bringing us, both in Capricorn and in Aquarius as well, we can communicate with each other, but not everyone has someone in the house to verbally give them a hug once in a while or to talk to. So it has to be through the internet. So, the isolation can cause a lot of mental, emotional problems. And some people are already having meltdowns and some are trying to be creative. But sooner or later, you get cabin fever. And if you suffer from emotional, depression or any sort of anxiety, all those are pronounced. And so she would suggest to her patients, she would say, well, let me see your house, let me see if you've, not the whole house, but, let me see if you haven't washed your hair in 2 weeks, or how you're dressing, or, if the kids have bruises, or, she would be able to see what's going on, if things have just, if you're in a deep, deep depression and you haven't cleaned the house in a month, and you just kind of living in a hovel and you're unwashed and unclean, and or if the children, or if the being able to spot domestic abuse. So that's one way, at least she could report it, but the teachers are on alert, and they can't report it. So she sees those really, really elevating, and because everyone's home together. And of course, there's good things too that can come out of it. But I thought that was interesting that she said that. Very, very sad. So so eventually, because I have Aries rising, and I do have like a stellium of 3 planets in Aries, like Jupiter, Mercury, Aries Sun, and Aries rising. So what it's going to do for me, not today, but it's going to square off with Capricorn like it always does. You know, the angles. The angles are Capricorn, Libra, Cancer, and Aries. I said those kind of backwards, but yeah. So that's where all the action is, and so the square is just a hard. In this chart, it's not squaring off at all, at all. But there's a beautiful trine, in fact, today. Well, it'll be today. By the time I post this, it'll be today. This is on the 23rd. So, but there's a beautiful trine between Venus in Taurus to the whole stellium in Capricorn. So, yeah, it really gives you the work ethic and to work on something of beauty that you like. You know, whether it's cooking a wonderful meal, you know, Italian meal or a gourmet meal or kicking it in front of a TV or luxuriating on your new furniture, your new couch or whatever it is, because, you know, yeah, not only the whole world crashing in climate change, the good side of having its ruler, you know, Venus and Taurus is good food, luxury, good, you know, it's surrounding yourself with beauty, it's creating something unusual, unique, and different. And Uranus also rules astrology, so it makes sense that I would create my logo and just make some t-shirts and sweatshirts and some, just for something fun to do for one thing, and to create something beautiful. Yeah, art is fun, you know, creating is fun, and design. I've never done really design before, so this is all new to me. So that's Uranus, something new and different, completely out of the blue that normally I don't do. So yeah, so that's how I've been using Venus, Uranus in 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 God, I'm burned out from working on the other one all day. Venus and Uranus in Taurus. Yeah, so that's a positive spin on it, because everyone's been hearing enough bad news, Lord knows, and knows what's going on. But Mars and Pluto to me look like a powder keg. Um, Mars is 25 degrees. Saturn just stationed into Aquarius today, and Pluto is 24 degrees, and Jupiter's just expanding everything. And Jupiter's the ruler of Pisces as well as Sagittarius. So, you know, this COVID-19 virus is, you know, it's fluid in the lungs. So that's very Jupiter and Pisces. It's expanding, you know, the virus, the disease, and it rules water. But at the same time, Jupiter is also the ruler of Sagittarius, and it rules international community, you know, law, science, you know, we've got all those things involved. So it's expanding that as well, you know, all the legal authorities, the best scientist, Dr. Anthony Fauci, I respect him so much. So he's the authority to listen to. Yeah, so he's, so we have in this chart of the day, as Uranus is trining or sextiling. Uranus and Taurus is sextiling Venus in Mercury in Pisces. So that's going to be some off the wall communication, I'm sure, once I watch the news. And there has been, just, you know, it's changeable all the time. It keeps changing, and because Mercury's in Pisces, you know, we're not getting the whole picture. It's foggy, it's confusing, and it's putting the pieces together. And Uranus is just erratic, so, you know, trying to get facts out of some of the people. It was so sad for me to hear Governor Cuomo think it was Governor Cuomo, just literally begging our president and the federal government to send New York the supplies they needed for the next 2 weeks so 20% of New Yorkers don't die. I mean, oh, I just got weepy over that one. I mean, it just that he literally had to beg for supplies to save New York, you know, comparing it to 9/11. And yeah, so it was very moving. And I actually, after listening to that, I had to take a time out from the news, which is another thing. If you do suffer from depression or anyone actually anxiety, just hearing, you know, that's one of the tips they give you is just to back off the news a little bit because, you know, if you watch it 24/7, it's going to get to you. So sometimes you might need to take a time out and use that Mercury and Neptune just to take care of yourself, you know, take care of yourself, take a time out. Also, Chiron is in Aries. Chiron is in Aries, so that's overcoming your inner insecurities. It's the asteroid, or it's the wounded healer, rather. Yeah, and it's an asteroid, and so it's overcoming your inner insecurities and just moving past them and putting it out anyway, moving forward anyway, past your ego, past your insecurities, and just trying to, you know, just put your personality out there, you know, and that's what Aries do. They just put their foot in their mouth a lot, actually, is what they do. They act and don't think, but it is what it is. They're babies. They're the first sign of the zodiac, and they just really don't. They're called self-centered, but yeah, they can be, you know, very self-centered because they just speak, especially if you have Mercury too conjunct the Sun. They speak before thinking and can hurt feelings a lot. So anyway, what else? I just wanted to make a little more comment about feminine warrior Aries. Aries is an Aries. Female warrior princess. Well, I call her princess, but you can call her goddess. But the female warrior, she's also an asteroid, asteroid. But anyway, so we're going to be hearing from women, and we have been. It's been ongoing, but since the new moon in Aries and Chiron in Aries, we've been hearing about wounded, but yeah, they're gonna definitely be asserting their rights. With that there. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed this. I may just talk about Saturn some more because it's very exciting, but it's starting to get dark. So yeah, if you want to check out my new merch, or if you want to have fun, you know, doing so, you really don't have to be that creative to do it, to make anything, you know, and they do it all for you anyway. So I don't know. That's just something to do. Go to teespring.com and just start designing. It's fun. It's kind of fun. If you don't, I've got my paint supplies, but they're all put away, you know, because it kind of take over the whole house. So right now I'm into doing this. So, you know, it's like all or nothing with one thing or another. But yeah, it's fun. So go to margaretrosanastrology.com and you can see what I've been up to with my Venus and Taurus, and also the Aries. The new moon in Aries is the creation too, the original spark of wanting to initiate something. I mean, I just published them yesterday, and I've kind of been fooling with this for a while. You know, probably months, just here and there. So. Anyway, I hope you enjoy them, and if you like this video, please like and subscribe. Yeah, so I'm going to end this before anything else happens, and I hope you're all doing well. Please Oh, I did say one more thing in my other video. Yeah, the ones that get deleted, that's where you kind of remember what you said. But I did have a really, really long pause. Oh, I know what I was doing. I was reading the Sabian symbol for the new moon in Aries, which is 4 degrees. If I can find it, I had it marked. It was 4 degrees, but actually it was under 5 degrees. So I had a really long pause looking for it. So 5 degrees Aries. And the reason it's under 5 degrees is because it's like 4:11 or something like that. Yeah. So, yeah. Anyway, so it's almost no. It's like 3:58, and the sun is at 4:11. So anyway, they just jump to the next degree. If it's big, lesser, lesser or minor. So it's Sabian symbol. Dr. Mark Edmund Jones, written with the psychic Ellie Weasel. A triangle with wings. This is a symbol of the inviolability of man's essential nature throughout every ramification of his experience, as long as he holds to the purity of his original impulses. And that is so Aries. Original impulses. That's their middle name. They just are very impulsive, and they can be very original. So, yeah, I like that. There is a very practical balance in his self-fulfillment thanks to his threefold individuality in terms of skills, loyalties, and values. Light rather than darkness remains the goal of his life, and his personal capacities become a continual refinement of every base of every baser metal in selfhood. Yeah, that's kind of deep, but it just means, yeah, you can discern the meaning yourself, but yeah, it's evolving. Anyway, the key word is zeal. Let me get some water again. The key word is zeal. When positive, the degree is the creative transformation of everything into an expression of an enduring idea and a reflection of the real vision ahead. And when negative, blissful, blissful obliviousness to all normal and everyday considerations. Yeah, that would probably be self-centeredness. So, I like this. So, a triangle with wings. So I hope you enjoyed this. If you do, please like, subscribe, and share. All right, everybody take care. And one more thing I remembered from the video that got deleted was back to the shrink, this kind of woman that was talking about emotional health and everything. She did, or, somebody said, infants can die without for lack of being touched. So a lot of people live alone, and to reach out and, just make an effort to FaceTime someone or pick up the phone and call someone, because isolating and depression and all that, it's all kind of woven together. And especially if you're seniors or disabled or anyone, we need each other. And so that's our nature. And to stay healthy and emotionally healthy, we need to stay in touch with each other. And so I was going to try to FaceTime my sister today, but I got caught up in this. But yeah, and if you are depressed, maybe just take a small step. I mean, some people are probably staying in their pajamas all day. That's easy to do during these times of quarantine. And we don't know how long it's going to be. So just to get dressed, put on well, not everyone's going to put on makeup, but, or half dressed, you wear your pajama bottoms and your top. But the point was just to reach out and try to talk to maybe one person a week. I think she said one person a day, to either call someone or FaceTime someone, or maybe, I don't know, not everyone could go for a walk around the block, especially if you live in New York or San Francisco, but um, just to try to reach out to someone to break the isolation, because it's with technology, even if you're zooming and going to meetings and stuff, there still is not that presence in the room. That holding space that you do, that you shared energy that you exchange when you're with other people. It's not the same online. It really isn't. So, um, just seeing someone's face, and it could be like a random person you don't even know, like a great uncle, long lost uncle or whatever. But I just thought I would pass that suggestion on because it's a good one. And I've been meaning to do that myself and I haven't done it yet. So maybe I'll FaceTime my sister tomorrow. And I do have someone here to give me a hug once in a while. But, even if you have a dog or a cat, it's very important to, to, to stay connected because for our emotional health, it's very important. Anyway, everybody take care of yourselves. All right. Take really good care of yourselves. Okay. Bye.